medicine, we don't expect people to understand which are the medicines that work and which are the ones that don't are going to leave them better off. We don't expect people to be able to figure that out for themselves. We have public policy that says, no, you're actually only allowed to sell things to people that work. When it comes to food, we have public policy that says, you can't ship that meat out of the processing plant if it's contaminated with things that are going to make you sick. And it's not the consumer's responsibility to figure out whether the meat they buy at the grocery store is contaminated or not. But when it comes to finance, we say it's all the individual's problem. You have to have financial literacy to be able to figure out whether this practice is predatory or not, whether this provider is in fact lying to you about what the product does and what the terms are, or is able to describe it in quite deceptive ways. And so there is a real dilemma, as you said, Cynthia, here, of how do we get these services out? And I think that the two big dangers that we confront. One is this idea that this is easy, rather than recognizing that this is incredibly hard, and we've been trying at it for hundreds of years, and there are trade-offs that we have to make. There isn't an easy solution, there isn't an obvious solution, there isn't a perfect solution. If we want to advance, we've got to be able to sort of recognize that there are trade-offs. And second, something that I see all too often today is that any of these problems can be solved with technology, because technology is not the problem. Technology can be part of the solution, but it's not just that we didn't have fintechs, we weren't digital, and that's why people aren't employed. And therefore, just introducing technology isn't going to fix the core problems. And too often I see that a lot of the conversation about financial literacy is the idea is that if only we taught people how to calculate compound interest, they would fix their problems and they would understand the need to savings. If only we taught them on how important it was to save. Households understand how important it is to save. The problem is that they don't know how to save. The problem is that they don't have good tools, that the savings accounts they have access to cost more than keeping it at home. That's not something you solve through financial literacy. That's something you solve by making sure that everybody has access to a low-cost, high-quality, trustworthy savings account.
Si puedo añadir algo aquí también, complementando lo que dice Tim, es que también hay un abismo entre lo que la información pretende lograr y la conducta de la persona. O sea, más información no necesariamente lleva al comportamiento deseado, ¿no? Entonces, inclusive más allá de poner toda la responsabilidad en la persona, inclusive esa. O sea, todos los seres humanos tenemos ciertos sesgos de conducta, que no importa cuánta información nos den, ese sesgo hace como un override de la posible intención que hayas podido tener a raíz de la información que te impartieron. Además, también sí se han hecho varios estudios que pues mucha información sí puede ser muy interesante y lo que sea, pero con el paso del tiempo esa información se va perdiendo, y sobre todo si no la pones en uso. Y si no tienes acceso a esos productos financieros que te van a permitir inmediatamente poder utilizar esa información, pues el día que tengas ese producto quizás ya ni siquiera te acuerdes de lo que te informaron en aquel día, como por ejemplo pagar tu tarjeta de crédito en su totalidad al final del ciclo, ¿no? Si te empiezan a hablar de estas cosas cuando tienes 12 años, pues cuando tengas tu primera tarjeta de crédito, quién sabe si te acuerdes o no, que eso es algo que tenías que hacer, ¿no? Como que también lo oportuno de la información, ¿no? El timeliness de cierta información, y que no necesariamente tiene que ser muy educativa, sino relevante en el momento en el que tú estás tomando una decisión.